us is when they start seeing us in what we set out to do, they realize on the ground. But our people measure us on what we do. The leadership that we have set, the tone of leadership that we have set up here, is that leadership that is responsive and caring. The leadership that understands the urgency of the challenges that our people are facing and the urgency in responding accordingly. But also, the tone of leadership is the one that understands that our people are capable of identifying their own challenges and coming up with solutions to their challenges, so that we have the knowledge of the situation from the people we serve. Ours is to hear, work with them in attending to the challenges that they are facing. So as we tell this story, that in the province, we have so many young people, the province that spent almost more than 500 million over a period of years in educating its young people. But also it must be a leadership that also realizes that without a proper plan, without a proper strategy, this also has become a problem. But learning from that, we are prepared to make amends and make sure that we define the kind of a province we want to build. The province that understands that it has so much to offer to the country. A province that is centrally located. A province that is the heart of South Africa. A province and the people that understand that if the heart stops beating, the whole of the country suffers. And this is the leadership that understands that we are not doing this for the people of the Free State alone, but we are doing it for the country. Because we fully understand that South Africa is a unitary state. That ours is to work to realize the full potential of our country. We fully understand that for us to be able to do that, we've got to build a strong civil servant that is professional, that cares, and over the years, we have actually allowed a situation where there was no clear line between the administration and the political landscape. So we understand fully that the executive authorities have a responsibility to provide proper direction, to understand the policies of the organization, interpret them properly, and implement them. And that implementation also rests with the administration. An administration that is not blind and administration that is not deaf to the cries of old women who only need to be assisted. Who need to be assisted because they do not know what will happen in future when they are no more with their kids, because they still stay in a house without a title deed. And all that they ask is, give us the title deed. We need to have a government that responds accordingly. A government that cares when it sees people who can't open and enjoy the comfort of their homes because of the terrible smell that comes from the sewer spillages. Our people refuse that we normalize the situation. They want us to change the situation. And this is what we are going to do. We are going to make sure that all the resources that can be and must be allocated or reallocated to attend to these challenges are accordingly allocated. We are committed in making sure that our streets, especially in our townships, our roads, because we fully understand that for economic activity to happen, you need mobility. And as such, there are streets, there are roads in our townships that need attention, that actually are at risk for the economy in the townships. And they need the special attention. And that is the attention that we must give to these roads. This is a government from the province, from the municipalities, that is committed to change the lives of the people working with them. We are not arrogantly thinking that we've got all the answers outside the people themselves. We cannot boldly stand up here and say, we will change your life because we know. But we say, we will work with you. We will be with you in moments of grief. We'll be with you when we are happy. We will be with you in dealing with the situation that we are facing. We will provide leadership, but also we will be led by our communities, because the wisdom rests with our communities. There is urgency that is needed from all of us in our actions. And that urgency demands that we do not spend time on petty squabbles. We do not spend time looking inward, but we spend more time focusing on serving the people. We have a challenge of drugs. Just yesterday, the police in Bloemfontein arrested a Nigerian citizen with Mandrax tablets and many other goods that are not supposed to be sold here. Yesterday, the Department of Community Services, Roads and Transport, together with Home Affairs, that was led by the Deputy Minister, Mxolisi, and the municipality, Mangaung municipality, led by the mayor, joined by the speaker, undertook a raid that must be consistent, a raid that was a response to the cries from the people of this area. A cry that their children have become zombies from the drug lords that are selling them stuff that kills them young. In some cases, our young girls with dreams are lured to prostitution. Whilst yesterday, as raid became a success, we need more consistent raids to happen. But we need also to deal with the enemy within. By the time you get to these areas, already some of these people have been informed. Yesterday, there's a street here in Mangaung, a street that is called Niger, that little Niger. And it means, all the shops in the street are owned by foreign nationals, especially from Nigeria. As this leadership, we need also to understand that when we look at the problem, when we define a problem definition, it's a challenge because it comes from subjective issues that we have ourselves. Because when you look at the issue of drug abuse, we think it's actually a social problem that must be attended to by the social development. But we don't understand that it's actually more than that. It is a societal problem. It's a problem that affects our economy. It's a problem that affects the future of our province because it deals with young people and destroys the future of young people. It's a problem that it affects health, it affects education, it affects everybody. It is with that in mind that this Lekgotla is dictating to us that there must be collaborative leadership. We must deal with issues in a manner that brings everybody together to deal with the challenge. The challenge of Kopano, like any other municipalities that are struggling, should not be the challenge that must be dealt with by the municipality alone. My understanding is that this gathering, this Lekgotla, is dictating to all of us to do things differently. To understand that the challenge in Kopano, it's a challenge in Mangaung, it is a challenge in the provincial government, it is a challenge for all. So all of us, as government, the local government and the provincial government must work together. And this is the instruction from this Lekgotla. We must work together to serve the people. As a leader, we must learn to be great followers. Our people expect from us a lot, but we must allow them also to lead us in solving their challenges. Comrades, we refuse to make this Lekgotla just a talk show. We refuse to make this Lekgotla a compliance issue, that we needed to have Lekgotla before the provincial government, Lekgotla before the state of the province address. We refuse, because we understand that whatever we have resolved here must find itself in the implementation work of government, both in the province and in the local government. The provincial government is not a big brother to the local government. But working together, we will be able to address a number of issues. Our young people have boldly declared, have actually cried the loudest, wishing that we could hear them. And I believe that this Lekgotla has heard them. They were clear, loud. Sometimes we may think that what they are saying does not make sense. But to the one who listens even to words that are unspoken, understand that it means a lot. This Lekgotla has taken a posture that we are not doing all this work because we are under pressure of elections, but we are taking decisions because we want to preserve the legacy that we have to leave for the young generation. We are doing this because we want to attend to challenges so that the young generation will not be burdened by things that we could not deal with, by challenges that we could not respond to, and problems that we could not solve. So we are mindful of this reality. And it is for that everything that we do, we will do to make sure that our young people find joy in this freedom. And they also realize that they have a role to play, that they don't have to be pushed to a corner for them to stand up and say, we are here, count us in. But as parents, as elders, we hear, we understand. We went through this road. Many of you suffered even worse than these young ones are suffering now. You appreciate their impatience. You appreciate their calls for attention. Masibe ngabazali abakhathalela abantwana bethu. Yonke into esiyenzayo masiyenze sisazi okokuba ifuture yabo. Thina ngeke singcwabe le future. We can't destroy it because of our selfishness. But we are leadership that understands our role. Comrades, the ANC has been pushed to the limit, against the wall. This giant is waking up. This giant understands that there is no other way for us but to go on defending the revolution of our people and building a better society. We must work together. Comrades, our women, our sisters, our daughters, our wives, our partners, our grandmothers are crying. They are crying because they feel that they are alone in the battle and the struggle that they are facing. They feel that they are alone in the manner in which things are done. They feel they cannot take it anymore. That they are expected to do 3 times, 4 times more than their own counterparts in any job situation to prove themselves that they are capable. They don't need validation from us that they know what they are doing. They need our support. They need us as brothers, husbands, fathers to walk this journey with them. They don't want our words without action. They are tired with what we say and end up not doing. They are demanding that we hear them too, and we respond accordingly. And this Lekgotla is calling upon all of you. Stand up as men. Stand up, not as macho men. Not because the women are weak, they need your protection, no. Stand up because as men we've been weak for some time now. We've not been there. So we must stand up. We must stand up and be there. If they fight this, we must fight with them. We must listen to them. We must not create an impression that we know it all. Let's hear what they say. Let's follow what they want us to do. And let's execute exactly what they want us to do. We are going to sign a pledge very soon as men. And that pledge will in itself reflect all other things that I know for us. They will help us deal with the issue of Guti. When we look at women, we'll see objects. This pledge that we will sign will awaken that brother in you, that man in you that understands his role in society. Comrades, we can't tolerate underspending. We can't tolerate money that is returned because of not spending. The instruction to government from this Lekgotla is that uyayibuyisa imali uzawuku-account kuzawuthathwa i-action against wena. Because we can't allow this when our people, they don't care what explanation you give. But when they are told that so much money is returned, they don't care whether that money is returned because of bickering in the SCM and other areas. All that they care is that sine leadership. That leadership should have attended to that. So we can't allow this, comrades. We will not allow it. But the other problem that has to be dealt with is actually a problem to our counter. Comrades, it should not be a norm, honestly, that we are failing to account for what has been allocated to us in our departments, in our municipalities. We must be able to account for every cent that is given to us. And that is what this Lekgotla demands of all of us. This Lekgotla is saying to you as an accounting head, izinto zijongane nawe. If a municipality submit a financial report that is not credible, the MM must explain. The MM must be taken to task because the CFO and others report to you. The same goes to provinces. And then the leadership, the executive authority in these institutions must account. I'm saying this, comrades, because when things go wrong, isikhalipho esifunwayo salo ongaphezulu kwi-department, ku-MEC, kumasipala, ki-mayor. So, we will not be coming here and complaining anymore. We will take action, we will act accordingly, and this is the mandate from this Lekgotla. This Lekgotla is commanding all of you as the soldiers, the servant of the people, to go back and do your best. Do your best, serve the people, love the people you serve. Lento kuthanda imali maqabane. Masisebenziseni imali ukuseva abantu bethu. We have been having challenges among ourselves, but I think today we are in one agreement. We must go and work. We must go and do everything to defend this revolution. I hear people say the Free State is up for the taking. That statement will be true only if you in this room fail to discharge your responsibility wherever you are deployed. One last thing that I just want to say to you, comrades, don't hide things because you're thinking that you are doing us a favor. Let's tell things the way they are so that we can get help. Challenges that we have, let's talk about them openly and then find solutions together so that we deal with these issues. We must also, as we rise here, know that we are going to deal with sewer spillages. We are going to deal with roads. We are going to deal with streets. We are going to attend to the potholes. We are going to make sure that our children have places to play. We can't, as municipality, singakwazi ukugravula nokususa izinto abantwana badlale. We can't. We can't say that. We are going to make sure that our schools have dignity. We are going to make sure that the churches so that we are able to deal with this mushrooming of churches all over. More, you find people all that they want and disappear. So we have to have a way of regulating this in the Free State so that we avoid the abuse our people are suffering. Kamantswana ke re holona kaofela re a leboha ma comrade, and hobane ba santsane ba na le dikoloto tsa bona, ba di phone tsa bona di santsane di le mona, ha ke mokati wa di phone, ke kopa le tle le tlo lata di phone tsa lona ka ho ntsha jwale re a leboha ma comrade a respectileng, ma comrade a mang, ha o thwe meeting o starta ka 9 be le teng ma comrade. Re a leboha ma comrade a entseng bonnete ba hore re ba le lekgotla le tswetseng pele. God bless you. Amandla.